Welcome to Finca Live. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
Morning everyone, and welcome to another beautiful morning in sunny southern Spain. We've got a first thing on the agenda. We've got a water delivery coming. We have got, I don't know how much, but I would imagine a couple of thousand litres in our deposit that we collected. So we're going to be pumping that later, or when there's enough room in our purification tank. But in the meantime, the water's coming. We're going to have 2,000 litres go in these two IBCs here, which we use for watering the garden and stuff, and the rest of the 19,000 in our big green tank up there. I've got the ladder in place because it's got to be pumped in through that, where that little green cap is near the top of the ladder, if you can make that out on there. So we're just waiting for him to get here. And bang on time, here he is. Just backing down now to the two deposits, the two smaller ones. Well, our deposits are full. It's happy days for another few months. This is our other deposit where we collect water off the roof. We don't know how much is in it, but I'm going to guess a couple of thousand litres. But we need to use what's in our purification tank to make space to fit it in. And we like to let it sit for a week or so after it's rained, because it tips up a lot of, I don't know, dirt I suppose, and washes off the roof as well. So by letting it settle for a few days, it makes it much easier on the filters. Right now, I'm off to get the stuff that we need to get on with this, because we've come to a stop because we've run out of things to do things with. And also, I believe our Wi-Fi dongle for the inverter, so I can have an app on my phone and monitor the power, save, keep going into the workshop, save myself kilometres every day. That's been delivered to the bar apparently. Don't ask. So I'll see you when I get back.
So whilst Andy's gone man shopping, I'm going to crack on and get all this oiled. Could have gone with him, but not my favourite place, DIY stores. And there we have it done. Drawers are over there drying. Just let it dry now, and I was going to do a second coat on these doors because these have only had one. I've decided to wait until it's all dry and then the whole lot can have a second coat. So, and Andy's back, so it's time for a beer.
Just before we have a beer, I want to connect this to the inverter. This is the Wi-Fi thing, where you can download to an app on your phone or on a computer all the information, a lot more than you can get from the display, your power usage, your charging status, etc, etc. So I need to just switch off the power briefly, get this plugged in, and then go mess about with the app to try and sort it out. I'm not very good at these things, so wish me luck. Right, so phase one is complete. I'm going to download the app now and see if I can get it talking to things. Things are progressing a little bit. Just had a phone call from the battery company. They're coming to collect them. They'll be here in about 20 minutes. So check everything. We're all good and wait for them to turn up. And while I'm waiting for them, a quick update on the Wi-Fi thing. I've got it working. The blue light that you probably can't see is flashing, which means it's connected to there and connected to the internet and sending the information to the server, the GrowWatt server, the company that made the thing. Unfortunately, I can't log into the GrowWatt server because I need to wait for a confirmation message back from them that authorises and sets it all up for me. So, but it's looking promising so far. We're just waiting on emails. Well, after an epic struggle, his pallet truck wouldn't work, his tail lift wouldn't work. We had to actually break the pallet down and then rebuild it on the truck. They're finally on the way. And go, donkey's singing to him. Anyway, after a successful shopping trip yesterday, I've got a vice, we'll have a look at those in a minute. We've got some tiny little hinges, and they are tiny, I hope they're going to be strong enough. So I'm going to unclamp this door and see what it does. But if you remember, it was a little bit curly. That's it, it doesn't look bad. Oh, the G clamps. The other clamps are much easier. Cool. It looks alright. We'll go and see if we can get it in place. Right, I'm just going to get the hinges on first. I've got the top one on. It is a bit curly, the door. I bought the wood curly. But hopefully the magnets will hold it. There's not much tension on it. If not, we'll put a little bolt on it. Right, excellent. See if we can get it on. Right, so we just put a bit of cardboard under it just to pack it up a bit. Just going to fire the rest of the screws in it now and see what we've got. Very light torque setting on the drill because they're so thin, these. They might need changing in the future, I don't know. We don't know. But for now, we'll see what we've got. Well, it works. You can still open that, yeah, it looks like. Excellent. One's fallen off it, it's French. Right, so yeah, we've got a bit of a curl on there. I think we might need to put a little bolt on this just to hold it back. And we don't know if the magnets will hold it or not. We'll sort that out in a minute. Before we do any more on the handles and stuff over there, I want to see, we're going to do a trial on this end one because it's different, about making a cover for it and yeah, a lift up lid on it. But I want to try and find a way to attach a piece of timber to this rock hard polished cementy stuff. So I've got some no mas claves or no more nails or liquid nails or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to see if I can stick a piece to it as a trial really, just to see if it works or not. Get that done, leave it a few hours, even a day or so to dry, and then we can perhaps come back to these. So I'll get some measuring and a bit of cutting done and see if we can find a piece suitable, get the angle right as well, because this one's not even got an angle on this side I can work with. Right, so that didn't take long. I'm on plan B already. Obviously with that end one being lower, I want them all to be at the same angle. So what I'm going to do, the whole object of this exercise is just to see if I can get something to stick to these, as I just said. I don't want to drill through them because of the original, unique, unspoilt features. So the plan is to put a piece of timber on this side, a piece of timber on that side, run a piece of wood across between the two, and then put a lift up lid hinged off that so we can access these. So obviously that's why I want to stick a piece of timber to the wall here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work out where I want this one, because obviously they all want to be the same at the same angle, including the end one. I can't gauge the angle of that until these are done. So yeah, I'm just going to get a piece and stick it onto there. So that's my piece of wood I'm going to put on there. That's it, I'm going to put it up there a bit. So when my lid is hinged off there, it'll run down, follow that nicely. Hopefully sit on this at the bottom. Oh, I need space above for so I'm thinking on my feet again now, I need space above for the board to go on, don't I? Because we don't want it proud of this. Yes, silly boy. Right, so there. It's about there. Right, I need a pencil. Right, so what I've done, the same thicknesses I'm going to be using, I've put that over the top, get it exactly where I want it. I've drawn a pencil line on it. I'm going to stick some glue on the back. I'm going to drop my little level on. Perhaps I should have drawn the pencil line when I put my level on, just to make it easier for me to oops. To do it. It's not easy doing this, you know. It keeps moving. Stop moving. Right. I'm going for that. I'm going to put a new pencil line on as it moves again. And I'll get some glue on him. It's supposed to withstand about 1,050 kilos, I reckon, this stuff. I'm not sure how and in what way, but hopefully it'll just do to hold our shelves up. Dob him on, put him down there. Oh, where's my clamp? Again, you can't have too many clamps. So we'll stick him on there. Clamp him in place with my line. There we go. Okay, we should be able to squeeze the level in there. Oh yes. Right. Okay, we'll go with that. See what happens now with that. I'm tidying up a bit. Should do this more often. Put all these plants away because we shouldn't need them for a bit. Because we're onto a bit of metal working now, I think. These all live at the end here. Right, move them in a minute. What have we got? Another tub of linseed oil. We like it. I only bought a small one last time to try it. So what we did the worktop with. It works really well. And the vice. So I'll get rid of this lot and we'll have a look what we've got. The expensive vices, they were like 600 euros. I guess they're forged solid metal things. This was a mid-range one. A lot cheaper than that, and made in India, funnily enough. So I've never known anything made in India vices. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Right, okay, I've tied it up. This is a lot heavier than the last one, so hopefully it'll be a lot better quality. Well, there's not much to say. Oh man, packaging. It's quite an hefty lump actually. I can let go of the box. Come on, get off. Super. A spare piece of steel. I usually clamp it to the table because it's handy to be able to move it, but it will be better mounted somewhere. We've got a little bit of assembly in the form of the handle, so I'll get it put together and yeah, we'll have a look, see what we're at. Yeah, it's even got a swivel base on it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't think I've ever had one of those before. Right, so this handle, I had this with the last one. The handle, the nut off the handle fell off, so I'm going to Loctite it, thread locker. This one won't be coming off, it won't get any of the stuff to come out. You've never got a plan when you want them to, do they? Right, I shall unblock this and then thread lock it together. That seems alright, I'm fairly happy with that. I'll put it to the test and give it a bit of beating in a bit. I don't need to swivel really, I can walk all the way around it and stuff. I might actually drill some holes in the bench that I can bolt it and unbolt it to, but that's for another day anyway. But at the moment, as before, it's just clamped. Super. Happy days. Right, let's see if this vice works and make some handles. This is what I'm going to make them out of. It's just a bit of flat bar. The overall length of my handles, before all the bends, or including all the bends, is 200mm. So I'll go and cut 2 pieces at that right now. Clean up the scaggy ends on the bench grinder. Make it all nice and round and smooth. Right, so I just marked on them approximately where I want the bends to be. I'm going to line them up with a vise. And near enough if I can. Alrighty, see how good this is. And basically beat on them, get them started. Where's my big hammer? Here's one. Here we go. So I broke the last one, I'm not sure. This spinny thing doesn't look very well, I might have to weld it together. I'm bending them in a pair so they're both the same. Well, that's the theory anyway. Alrighty. Right, I'll carry on. Rightio, so there we go, 2 fairly the same handles. I need to drill a hole through the ends now, obviously to screw them onto, and then paint them black. As always, put a little dent in them, squirt of cutting fluid, just to keep the bits good. There we go. to go. Right, so there we go, we'll give them a clean down now with some brake cleaner or some acetone or something like that to get all the grease off them, and then give them some paint. We'll have to do one side first and then come back in a bit, flip them over, and do the other side. Smashing. Oh, always turn your can upside down and spray it as well, till no paint comes out. Keep stopping nozzles from blocking up. Today's top tip. So the next thing to do is to put the magnet catches on before the handles, or waiting for the handles to dry. What I've done, I've screwed the magnet bit to the door, and I should be able to, through the screw hole in the plate, put a mark on the back of the door. Well, oh yes, that worked. And the bottom one. And get the pencil through. Now that one doesn't want to play, but it doesn't matter because I've got one. So the other one will be directly underneath it. Brilliant. Right, get these on. Yeah, that's one done. Touch with the reassuring click. Yeah, lovely. Right, I'll get this one done now. Right, 2 doors done. Fantastic. Right. Well, they're easy to open without handles on. There we go. I'll go and flip the handles over now, give them another coat, and tomorrow we should be able to get them on. Right, just a quick update on the solar. Absolutely fantastic. We're absolutely made up with it. Thanks again to the guys at Fortuna Logica who assisted us with it all. Yes, great guys. Again, when they get the website, we'll put the links in the description. Very knowledgeable, very experienced, fantastic. They've done us proud. We've got our Wi-Fi dongle up and running. We've got the app running. I can access it from the phone or the computer, and it tells us how much we've produced. We can see how much we produce every day, how much we produce a month. Well, not how much we produce, how much we use, because we don't use, you know, a lot of it. We're still trying to figure out ways to do that. Tells us our state of charge of the batteries, etc, etc, a million things, and little graphs and everything. It's fantastic. So there we go. But yeah, we're absolutely made up with it. Super happy. It's performing absolutely wonderfully. It's perfect. Does everything we need. And swinging around a little bit. Our handles are all dry and done, ready to go on. I've found a little bolt on. If you can see the door at the back, those were the shutters that came with the original French doors. We had internal shutters. Obviously we prefer outside ones, but it's got 2 little black bolts on them for locking them shut, which I'm going to borrow for the cupboard in the kitchen until we can actually get one for that. So yeah, let's go on and get it done. Right, there's a slight flaw in that plan. These are the receivers for the bolts, and they're far too long because they're off a door. These just set back on the frame for the bolts. So I can still use a bolt, I think, but I might have to make something for it to slot into when it locks shut. I'll have a look what I've got. Right, we're making things again. I've just got a piece of strip of sheet with the old aviation pliers off one of my big sheets. I'm just going to drill a hole in this first screw and bend it, I think, to 90 degrees, and then see if I can offer up to our bolts. I'll go and show you what I mean. It's the little things, you know. Right, so I just bent it in half, rounded the edges over. I'm going to drill 2 holes in it there to screw it to my cupboard, and then drill a hole through there for me little bolt to go through. And it's only temporary, that'll work for now. Whew, the things we do. It's actually taken me 2 attempts to get this right. So there it is, little bracket. That'll bolt to the wall, to the cupboard, and the bolt will drop through there. Secure it nicely. Just need to paint it black now, and then we can go and get it fitted. Right, so it's time to get the handles on. Hurrah! You go on there, like that. get him level with the level. There we go. The paint's just drying on that other thing. We'll get that on in a minute. Right, that's him. That's one, I'll get the other one done. And while I'm at it, the other screws that I didn't put in the hinges because I didn't have enough that I almost forgot about. Cool, we're nearly there. Right, okay, so the last piece of the puzzle is this bolt on here. Shut that door. Looks a treat.
Excellent.
It's done. Apart from...
Yeah, it's got to be oiled. I didn't do it the other day when I did all of this because the door wasn't there, so I thought I'd just do it all together when it's finished. Unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I'm back to the UK tomorrow just for 5 days to see Mum and Dad, so it'll have to wait till I come back, but I'm sure it'll still be here.
It'll still be waiting for you, don't worry. Cool, anyway, so yeah, massive progress. So there it is, all nearly finished. Right, so what's next? My big challenge, another big challenge. Take the clamp off. Crikey, that's pretty solid, that is. Right, I think we'll roll with that. Yes, it's going to be in the next video though, because I'm not starting that now. So thank you everyone for watching. Sharon will be back, as she said, in 5 days, so you stuck with me for a bit. Certainly one video at least. And I'm going to be carrying on with these. So yes, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone that supported the channel, all the people that bought us a beer. It's much appreciated, and we'll see you on Sunday.